So now that we saw how imagery can create a tone, figurative language can do the same. And just to repeat, imagery is just our five senses, right? It's something we can see, touch, smell, taste, sight. So that's what imagery is, just creating the picture. And then we go to figurative language. Okay, so figurative language, guys, it's awesome that you can identify what a simile or a metaphor is. But now it's going to we're going to take it a step further, okay? Now it's about, can we explain what the simile is talking about or this figurative language is talking about? But anyways, so figurative language, we're going to concentrate really on similes, metaphor, personification, and maybe hyperbole. But I know these are the four that sixth grade really concentrates on. Remember, a simile is just comparing two things using like or as. Here is a great example. This room is as hot as an oven. It's comparing the room to being hot, like an oven. Hyperbole is an extreme exaggeration. I'm so hungry I can eat a horse. That's just telling you how hungry they are. Personification is giving non-human things human characteristics, such as the tree danced in the wind. Trees can't dance. Humans can dance, and so therefore they're just trying to show you that the tree was moving, right? And then metaphor is comparing two things, but it doesn't use like or as, such as this room is an oven. They just took the like out. So that's all. So like I said, if you can identify these, that's wonderful, but we're not really going to be identifying the figurative language. We're going to be explaining it. So like I said, imagery can create tone. Figurative language can also create a tone or add to a tone, okay? So remember, tone, just to reiterate, tone is just how does the author sound, how does the narrator sound, okay, based off the imagery. Now we're going to do it off the figurative language. So let's look at this first sentence I have highlighted. It says, the room was as dark as a moonless night on a deserted highway. So this is a simile. I always misspell simile. Why? There we go. This is a simile, okay? And that's great that you can identify it. But now, like I said, we need to know what this simile means. So the room was as dark as a moonless night on a deserted highway. So when I stop to think about that, I'm thinking moonless. That means no moon. And if you ever drove down on a highway at night or even a street at night with no moon, no light, it's pretty dark and you need a light to see. So this sentence is basically saying that the room was very dark. And so let's look at the tone. So the room was very dark. If you're in a very dark room, how does it look? And how does it feel to you? Because me, I mean, I don't mind the dark room, but I know as a kid growing up, I did not like being in complete darkness, you know, and even when I'm driving at night, I don't like driving in, you know, in darkness. So to me, this is carrying on. This is creating the negative tone. Okay. And so therefore, our figurative language, the figurative language or the simile, still misspelled it. The figurative language or the simile brings out a negative tone because the room was very dark. And if you read the rest of it, the wind howled a scary moan while the rain beat against the windows. A flash of bright light illuminated the tiny room, showing our shadows on the wall. So they are in a small dark room with no lights, okay? And it's raining and storming like crazy. So yeah, the simile is totally adding a negative tone to this story so far.